was full of thunder and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like "when you're older" must appease him, and promises of someday make his dream. Please help me out. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, "Take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circle's down." And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the child is 20, and her dreams have lost some grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better ones, and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game. Thank you.
Welcome. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, families, friends, staff, superintendent schedule, school committee members, and of course, 5th and 6th grade graduates. Welcome to the Warwick Community School graduation ceremony for the classes of 2020 and 2021. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank all the people that made this possible tonight. Ms. Hansel, Mrs. Mannion, Todd Whitman, Mrs. Hubbard, Miss G, Karen Ellis, Julie Severance, and the PTO for all of their work in preparing for this evening's ceremony. We could not have managed this event without your help and support. Thank you. Tonight, we get to take a moment to reflect on, recognize, and celebrate the growth and accomplishments of our 5th and 6th graders. This event signals the end of your time here at WCS. It is a turning point in your lives. For some of you, it signals the end of your elementary school days. For all of you, it is the end of an era. Parents, you may be wondering how we got here so quickly. Wasn't it just yesterday that you were dropping your child off for their very first day of kindergarten? The past 6 years have flown by in what seems to us like the blink of an eye. Children, you have grown dramatically during your time at WCS. You learned to read and write, to spell and solve math problems. You've created science projects and given social studies presentations. You've coded in the computer lab and completed several turkey trots. You participated in field trips to Boston, Montshire Museum, and Stonewall Farms. You have hiked Mount Grace at least 5 times on the last day of school. You sang beautiful songs and performed in plays. Some of you learned to play a sport or an instrument. You read lovely long books and collected money for the Rainforest and Heifer International. You were the founders of Genius Hour and Makerspace, and the first WCS students to use Ozobots to calculate area and perimeter. You waited eagerly for the Pumpkin Man to sneak by our windows every year, and some of you even had the chance to chase him. You've watched several of your favorite reading buddies complete their elementary school days before you. And then, this year, time stood still. You became the first class to graduate during a pandemic, to face saying goodbye to our beloved school when we couldn't all safely be together. Your 5th and 6th grade years were cut short. You did not have a class trip to Spofford Lake. You were not Miss Scott's helpers for field day. Your final spring concert was not held. But you didn't let any of that get you down. Our learning turned remote. We engaged with each other via Google Meets in an online classroom. You took lemons and you made lemonade, showing up for every lesson, every meeting. You practiced instruments and recorded a concert. You participated in a virtual improv club. You presented reports on Asia via a Google Meet. You did not let your learning stop just because the doors to your school were closed. You showed all of us, your families and teachers, how resilient you are and how important your education is to you. And now it is time to stand before us all and be recognized for your growth and accomplishments. I feel honored to have had the chance to get to know each of you. You are a class full of leaders. You are students with a strong understanding of what is fair and just. You are unafraid to speak your heart and to fight for the underdog. You are growing up in a world where those values are needed more and more every day. I have faith that with all of you in charge of this world, it will become the better place that it is meant to be. Our job here is done. We've taught you all that we have had the time to teach you, and you've learned these lessons well. As you move forward in your educational journey, continue to work hard, play fair, have fun, and most importantly, be kind. We hope you will always remember all that you have learned and all the ways you have grown during your time here at Warwick Community School. You will be missed. We wish you well on your next adventure. Thank you. Now I'd like to hand the microphone over to Ms. Hansel for some additional remarks. We will be playing some video clips throughout the ceremony that will be emailed to you as well in case the sun comes out from behind the clouds and there's a glare.
How's my lipstick, okay? Hi, everybody. Can you hear okay? All right. Every year at this time, I am just reminded how much it takes a village to raise a child. And this is not the first time I've mentioned the village during our graduation ceremonies, but it always feels so fresh to me. For some of you students, this was your one and only year here at Warwick Community School. For others, it was your last of many. You've been part of this village that has helped to raise you. Every single teacher, every staff member, every Todd, oh, there's only one Todd. Every Mrs. Linden, oh, there's just one of her too. All of your other classmates and their families who are here to support you as you come to the end of your education here at Warwick Community School. We have taught you more than academics, though academics we have taught you. We have taught you more than citizenship, though there's that as well. I'm going to talk in a minute about some of the other things that you all possess and will carry you far. But our village goes beyond just the people who work and populate this building every day. Our village includes all of the parents. Turn and look at all of the parents and families who are here to support you today. And it isn't just your parent and your family, it's all of them together. They are part of the village who has kept you arriving here to school on time, to your athletics and your theater practices and your violin lessons and all the other things that enrich your lives. It took a village to organize this graduation. The village includes the larger Warwick community who have been here for years and years and years supporting this school. The pasta suppers, the pancake breakfasts, the car washes, the school committee meetings, making sure that this school is as strong as it has been, and making sure that you have a strong, supportive place to come. But you have all been part of this village as well. You have brought with you every single day kindness, compassion, responsibility, sportsmanship. You've lent a helping hand to people who need it. You have lifted people up when they've been down. You are now going to be heading to a new village. Some of the things in your new village, some of the people will be the same, but some will be different. Some things in your new village will look the same, some will look different. Some things will feel the same, and some will feel different. And it may take a little while to get used to. But you will have amazingly good people who will care for you as much as we have. And I challenge you to continue to be a part of your new village in every way that you have been here. You will receive back thousandfold all of the good things you put out in the world, and you have so much good to give. So keep on giving it. Congratulations to our 5th graders and our 6th graders who are here tonight to celebrate this moving on. Thank you so much.
So just another thing that COVID got in the way of, we could not invite our speakers here to speak on our behalf today. So they're going to be presented to you via the technology in front of me, and we're going to hope and pray that that screen does not blow over in the middle of the speeches.
Congratulations to the 5th and 6th grade graduates, sitting all comfy and cozy in the field with your family. The PE field, that is. Today I am honored to speak about Gavin. You may know that Gavin is athletic energetic, silly, and strong. Gavin, when I think of you and I remember you in class at Warwick, I will always remember your excitement for the variety of sports and games and activities during PE class. Your speed, strength, and agility will most definitely get you far in sports. And as you go through your teen years, you will be successful and a standout on the field and court. You are athletically talented to pursue any sport that you desire. And with hard work, you will be a successful leader, an inspiration to others. But more importantly, especially during the most recent challenging times that our world has encountered, there are qualities that you, Gavin, that you possess. These will even be more important in life, and they are kindness, empathy, and honesty. Gavin, you are kind, always using manners and politely advocating for what you need or what is or isn't fair during game situations. Gavin, you are empathetic. You understand that we are all different, and you're willing to help others who might need some extra help. Gavin, you are honest. I remember asking you to be honest about a rule that was broken during a game, and although it may have seemed difficult, you were honest and told the truth, which in turn made your team lose. I respected you so much for being a truthful person. Gavin, I wish you the very best, and I hope you continue to be a leader by always being true to yourself and good to others. Congratulations. It has been an honor to be your teacher.
Hi, my name is Michelle Lichty. I am Louise's violin teacher, and I've known her for about 2 years. She's a very eager to learn, gentle-mannered, polite beyond her years, and very much wanting to please young human. She dutifully follows my directions, and she never questions my approach. She greets me with a smile, no matter what her inside mood might be. I love the time we spend together. I would like to share a little window into our journey together. I have a tendency to push my students right up against their learning edge. I think they would agree that though I am upbeat and energetic and enjoy the fun, creative side to learning, I often walk us right up to that edge and I give them a little push. Sometimes they fall off, but I'm always there to catch them. And hopefully, I model that the fear of falling off is just that. It's a fear, and it can be overcome. Now, Louise, she presents as a tried and true perfectionist. And at times, especially in the beginning, I think I might have been a little too hard on her. I feared that I might be inhibiting our progress sometimes, and questioned myself. Had I gone too far? But then it started to reveal itself. I began to notice a small little flame smoldering of inner confidence in her innate musical self. Very gently, I began to witness that confidence in her music making in an aha moment, or a flash of got it, or a strong ringing note from her fiddle, or a smile after sharing a song. Confident sounds ringing from her fiddle, but more importantly, shining from her eyes. You see, I make my students sing, and I don't think Louise has ever been pushed to sing like I make my students sing. It's about the inside, not so much about the outside. The violin is a singing instrument, and we really have no choice. Secret. The violin resents having to sing unless you sing with it. And anyone that's ever tried the violin knows what I'm talking about. It's an honor to hold the space for Louise to take inner risks, enlightening her to the fact that her musical learning edge is her friend, and then witnessing that bloom of confidence as her eager to please energy travels inward instead of outward. That is pure joy. Happy graduation, Louise. Embrace your journey. I know it's going to be a great one.
Hi, Layla. It's such an honor that you asked me to speak for you today. I've really enjoyed watching you grow these past few years, and it's been especially fun having you in 5th grade this year. I get to know all the students in the school on some level before they reach 5th grade, but after having both your sister and brother for 2 years each, I took particular notice of you, their little sister. What I saw was a girl who could hold her own against her older siblings. Not that you needed to all that often because you basically all get along. But as the youngest, you developed a strong voice of your own. You expressed your thoughts, opinions, and ideas in all aspects of your school life. In your partner and group projects, your writing, your perspectives on the books we read, your approaches to math solutions, your leadership in helping our class community be the best it could be, and with your friends at recess and lunch. You even let me know how you thought I should do this or that. "Oh, Mrs. Hansel, you know what you should do?" rang out often, but not too often, because to top it all off, your sense of humor keeps everyone lighthearted and laughing all day. I can't tell you how much I truly appreciated that. You have a natural love of learning. You're like a sponge soaking it all in. How many times did I hear, "Miss Hansel, can we do the whole page for extra credit?" Or, "I was looking ahead and I can't wait to get to the next lesson. That looks really fun." Or, "Can I take this home and work on it over the weekend?" Or just marveling over the cells we were looking at under the microscope. You have many other talents as well. You're learning to play the flute, you're an amazing artist, and you are also my go-to person for technology issues, helping me to solve tech problems and showing me new apps and programs. I believe we're going to see a video tonight that you helped Miss Mannion put together. Layla, you are a determined, talented, fun, funny, creative young lady who knows who she is and where she wants to go. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you this year, and I suspect that we'll be seeing each other a lot next year as well. Congratulations on completing 5th grade at Warwick Community School.
Hi, I was asked to speak for Chris Surprise this evening. Congratulations, Chris, on finishing 5th grade. You were a new student at the beginning of this year, so I don't know you as well as I wish I had the chance to. But what I do know about you is how brave you are. You moved from a huge school full of friends to this tiny town. You quickly found your place amongst these kids, forming effortless friendships. You're adaptable. That's a skill needed in life, a skill that not everyone's born with, but you were. We have a unique school culture at Warwick, which in part of your laid-back demeanor, you fell right into. You're the classic cool kid. You're laid back, you're funny, you're just great to be around. You keep everyone around you laughing. And whenever I saw you, you had a huge grin smeared across your face. I love it. And if you weren't smiling, everyone else was smiling around you because of something that you said. And I love that about you. Everyone loves the class clown. So, and that's what you were. You're so fun to be around. I hope you move on to your new school and you keep smiling and you keep cracking everyone up and just do what makes you happy in life. Really, it's what it's all about. Don't stress the small things and have a great time. I know you will. I'm so glad our paths crossed, and good luck at your new school, Chris. It was great getting to know you, and I hope our paths cross again in the future. Bye.
Wyatt, I'm so glad that you and your family have become part of the Warwick School community this year. It has been wonderful getting to know you and having you in 5th grade. From the very minute you stepped into the classroom on the first day of school, you fit right in. You are naturally easygoing, quick to smile, have a great sense of humor, and you're kind to everyone. You're a hard worker and are always fully engaged, whether it's solving math problems, writing essays, thinking and talking about your reading, or working on projects for our different science and social studies units. You love to laugh and have a great sense of humor, but you also know when to buckle down. You're an incredible athlete, no matter what sport you're playing. It seems like basketball was our longest season this year, so that's what I saw you play the most. I know that you play on many different teams, depending on the season, but I could watch you hit those 3-pointers all day. You have a really wonderful, tight-knit family, which has also been nice to see. You're an amazing big brother, and I suspect you're a good little brother too, though others in your family will have to weigh in on that. Coincidentally, I feel I've gotten to know you even better during this remote learning experience we've had. I don't think you missed one single class or small group meeting. You always had something funny to share, like how you and your brother were doing crazy things on the trampoline. Your mom was quick to point out that you're always safe, which I never doubted, but I also never doubted that you could get a little crazy. I looked forward to seeing you for all our meets and always wondered, where's Wyatt going to be today? Outside by the trampoline, or on the couch in the living room, or logging in just in time in your pajamas and bedhead? Life is an adventure with you because you're always flexible and go with the flow. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we'll be at the same school next year because it would brighten my day to have you around. Either way, wherever you go, you'll have lots of friends and you'll go very far. Just make sure you come back to see me sometime and let me know how things are going. Congratulations, Wyatt, on completing 5th grade at Warwick Community School.
It is my pleasure to speak on behalf of Sadie Wagenbeek at this year's 6th grade graduation. Sadie, where do I begin? There are so many things I love about you. I'll start with your intelligence. You thrive in an academic environment. Never lose your love for learning. I hope when you're an adult, you will do something in life that allows you to share your knowledge with others. Your sense of humor. I think you were born with an understanding of sarcasm. You use your humor to make others feel good. I only caution you not to use it at your own expense. Your sense of family. Family is important to you. You have the typical sibling squabbles with Otis and Finn, but I know you love your brothers. I always love hearing your stories about your visits with your relatives. You've taken me on virtual journeys to Michigan, Maine, and New Jersey. Did I get those states right? Your sense of loyalty. Your loyalty is fierce. Relationships with others are important to you. You do not take them lightly, and you are always there if anyone needs you. Your sense of kindness. You care deeply for others, and you often put their interests ahead of your own. I only ask you not to forget about your own needs. Sadie, I will miss you immensely. Who will assess my outfit for the day and tell me that I look like a sea nymph or a sky goddess or a forest fairy? Who will I have lunch with every Tuesday? When I think of you, I will think of your beautiful smile and hope that you are embracing all that life offers you. Always, always, always believe in yourself, and don't forget to cut yourself some slack. No one is perfect at everything, and no one should be. How will we grow if we don't make mistakes? Just be you, and remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Christopher Robin. Good luck at Four Rivers next year, Sadie, and I hope you stay in touch, as I'd love to hear how you're doing.
Hi, Tyler. I've been hoping for a long time that you would ask me to speak for you at graduation, but I wasn't sure if you would because there's so many other people that you've grown close to over the years at Warwick Community School. I'm so glad that you did ask me because I want to tell you what a wonderful experience it's been working with you these past 2 years. Actually, like many other students who started their schooling at WCS, I've known you for about 7 years. In these 7 years, I have seen you grow into a kind, loving, capable, friendly young man who is absolutely ready for the next step in your education. You're heading off to middle school. You have so many strengths as a student. You're a whiz in math, doing mental computation faster than anyone I know. You're always eager to learn new things in science and social studies. It might take you a little while to form the thoughts you want to write, but once you do, they're fully formed and beautifully written. I was so proud of the essay you wrote last year about needing increased funding for rural schools, one that the class selected to have read to State Senator Joe Comerford. Finally, you love reading. Not only do you get lost in books, you have a deep understanding of the literal and hidden meanings behind the words. You have contributed so much to the book groups you were a part of. All of these skills will carry you far next year and beyond. In addition to being a great student, you are simply a great person. You are kind and empathetic. When someone is down, you immediately want to help them feel better and know just what to say to lift them up and make them smile. You've done that for me more than a few times in the past 2 years. You love to laugh and play, and you have lots of energy. You've always been the first person to welcome a new student to our school, and you love to make new friends. You'll have so many opportunities to do that next year at Pioneer and beyond. Finally, you love your family and are an especially good big brother. You often stop Travis in the hall to see what he's doing, how he's doing, and to just stay involved. He's very lucky to have you. I know that you're ready for Pioneer. You have everything it takes. I remember when I once started a new school, I was super nervous and wasn't sure what to say when I got there. But I found amazing new people, and many of them are still my friends today, more than 40 years later. I know this will be a similar story for you. Good luck as you move ahead. I will miss your frequent hugs, for sure. So you'll have to come see me at NES, let me know how things are going, flash me a big smile, and give me one of those hugs. Congratulations on graduating from the 6th grade at Warwick Community School.
It is my pleasure to speak on behalf of Jerlyn Solis at this year's 6th grade graduation. Jerlyn, you amaze me. How brave and courageous are you? You have come all the way from the Philippines to our little town of Warwick. You have had to learn the language, adjust to new cultural norms, and deal with an entirely different climate. You amaze me. You are a natural athlete and a true competitor. Whether you are playing basketball, soccer, or just running around, you move with finesse, grace, and determination. You amaze me. You have a great sense of humor with a touch of devil in it. Of course, you give yourself away because you can't help but laugh after you've been up to something. You amaze me. You are a superb artist. You can pick up a pencil and draw anything. It is a talent of which I am envious. As you know, my artistic ability is a little sad. Thank you for drawing with me over these last couple months and helping me become better at something that does not come easy to me. You amaze me. I know that adjusting to this new world hasn't been easy for you. I hope the longer you are here, the more comfortable you will become. Thank you for letting me in and allowing me to get to know you. I believe in you, and I hope you will always believe in yourself and share your amazing gifts with others. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. The Dalai Lama. Good luck next year at Pioneer, Jerlyn. I will be rooting for you.
Hi, I was asked to speak for Max for this evening. Max. Most of us know and love Max. He is everyone's friend, and he's the kid that every parent wants their kid to be like. Up until this year, I only watched Max from afar, watching his little fuzzy head bop on down to his preschool and kindergarten reading buddies. What I knew about him was observed. He's patient, and he's a good example to my little ones. He took time to listen and be in the moment with them. As a 3rd and 4th grader, he oozed responsibility, something that's still true to this day. Now, if you ask anyone about Max, the first thing they'll do is smile. They'll tell you how mature he is, and they'll tell you how he lives for basketball and baseball. But what they don't tell you is how hungry he is. Yeah, that boy be hungry. I swear he's got a hollow leg. He would come through the lunch line and be as polite as can be. But shortly after everyone was served, I'd look over and he'd be giving me this face. It means, I'm still hungry, do you have any more? Of course, he was polite when he came up and asked for more. But this is just who he was. He's just a sweet and silly kid. Another thing that you know about Max. He's really fun. Everyone knows that, though. So every time he would be responsible for the flag in the afternoon, he'd go out and get it, and then they'd come back in, he'd ring the buzzer, and I'd come around the corner, and this is what I'm greeted with. This one. You know, the Max dance. Max, I'm so proud of who you are. You are the perfect combination of mature, polite, and responsible, mixed with fun, laughter, and just a great friend. I wish you nothing but happiness in your years to come. I'm sad to see you go, but know you'll do great things. Don't be afraid to ask for more in life, or the lunch line. Good luck. Love you, bud.
Congratulations, 5th and 6th grade graduates of Warwick Community School. It has been the joy of my week coming here to teach you. Always remember to stay kind to everyone. You really do such a great job with that here at WCS. I feel so honored to be here speaking for Emmanuel. I'd like to read a letter to you that I wrote for our dear friend Manu. Dear Emmanuel, there have been so many wonderful memories that I have had while thinking about you and our time together at WCS. You are a ray of sunshine. In fact, you are the shining sun, full of joy, calmness, compassion, creativity, and kindness. Your gentle smile and willingness to try everything with 100% effort will never go unnoticed. I remember the blonde-haired little girl wearing a turquoise shirt with super cool Converse sneakers, giggling her way around the gym, and also giving up a game position to help a friend that was hurt during your favorite game of Capture the Flag. That is you, Emmanuel. You are always giving of yourself. Don't ever lose those human qualities that your parents taught you from early on in your life. Treating people with kindness is what our world needs more of. And guess what? You've already got it. So when you visit Ecuador someday while you travel with your circus arts school, spread the kindness you radiate from the shining sun you are. Guess what else you have? You have determination, drive, athletic talent, and knowledge. I feel that whatever you choose to do in life, whether it's playing a game of Monopoly with your family, relaxing and reading a book, learning about science, or becoming a PE teacher, you will be successful. You have the grit and perseverance that will help you to reach your goals. You never give up, and I love that about you. So someday when you are a famous long-distance runner, let me know. Maybe you can be my coach. Your family is important. Eat more corn on the cob with them and cherish the fun times. They love you. Emmanuel, you gave me happy tears when I asked you who you admire. When you responded Louise, it reminded me again, wow, Manu's got this whole what is important in life thing down at such a young age. Emmanuel, I wish you the best, and I want you to know you have taught me many things in life. I admire you, and I hope to someday be just like you. Congratulations. It has been an honor to be your teacher.
Hi there. My name is Karen Ellis, and tonight I get to speak for Logan White. I apologize for the glasses, but I've been under the weather and just need to be outside and cannot handle the glare. So, apologize for my glasses. Logan, we've forgiven all that tape that you used to wear wadded up over here. That, my friend, is a memory, for sure. At any rate, I did go around and ask some of the folks at Warwick to help fill in the blanks while we were off in our two separate learning worlds, and almost everyone reflected on your sincere love and appreciation for your family and how very good you are with your siblings. You know how to be helpful without being intrusive or smothering. And while this is true of Logan's siblings, it's also true of Logan within the school. Immeasurable times I've heard of you helping out younger children, but as well being a good friend and a helping classmate when in need. Not at all surprised to hear that you're a good listener. So many times when I've even needed to call upon a trustworthy older student for a task, you, Logan, would come to mind. You are mature beyond your years, but somehow you still remember to be a kid. While being able to appreciate your artwork throughout the years, I was never really aware of how truly passionate you were about art. Your focus and efforts as a student have been observed by so many. You have a great positive attitude that just seems to energize you. You're always willing to participate, but not just that. Willing to do whatever so that others can participate too. You're a constant positive role model. Logan, I hear you take your academics seriously. I know that in your younger years you enjoyed very much working in the creation station, building and reconfiguring, and then teaching others how to do it. Knowing this, I'm not at all surprised to hear how well you do with STEM challenges. Again, not just for you, but how you include your peers in this learning forum. Truly a person who thinks about others and shares with them the best of yourself. I love that. Undoubtedly a person who values his friends, respects their boundaries. You're kind and honest, but yet so humble. I'll miss your gentle soul, your silly laugh. Stay true to yourself. Keep your sense of humor. And please, 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 never stop smiling. Your smile is so bright and it fills the room.
I am honored to have been asked to speak on behalf of Cordelia Rhodes. I spent a great deal of time procrastinating writing and recording this speech over the last week. So, thanks for helping me get all my laundry folded, report cards written, classroom packed up, and house cleaned, Cordelia. This is where she'd say, "Well, that's just great. You're welcome," with a double thumbs up. That's my favorite thing about Cordelia. She's sarcastic, a little fresh, and so very funny. She once bought me a fly swatter and wrote a sweet card in which she stated that the fly swatter was for me to beat the children with. That was after she brought in her hockey stick for share, and I may have implied that it could be used as an instrument for torture. This kind of banter is commonplace between her and I, and she still chose me to speak for her. Go figure. Cordelia doesn't take much seriously, including herself. That's why she will go far in this world. She's got an amazing amount of self-confidence. She marches to the beat of her own drum, lets no one persuade her to be anything but herself. Cordelia is also a strong self-advocate. Growing up with a hearing impairment has made her have to be. I've watched her explain her needs to her classmates and teachers on numerous occasions. Never in exasperation, never with frustration, just clearly and articulately. Because that's exactly who Cordelia is. There are a million other anecdotes I could mention about Cordelia. Her love of Star Wars, hockey, and all things Halloween. Her amazing mind for math. The way she rambles when she writes, which sounds just like the way she talks. But sadly, I am out of time. So I'll leave you with this, Cordelia. You are an amazing human. I'm so grateful that I got to teach you. Best of luck in the future. Not that you need it. You're a force to be reckoned with.
Audrey Elwood. Boy, what do I say about Miss Audrey? First of all, I've known Audrey her entire life. And today I'm going to reflect on some wonderful memories that Audrey and I have, because I think memories are what bonds people, and we have shared a couple great memories. First of all, our time together on the stage at Mahar, me directing Audrey, and seeing her amazing talents come through, and everybody that she came in contact with on the stage, she just put a footprint into their life somehow or some way, knowing her lines and her music and everybody else's music before we did, correcting me on what I was doing wrong, and making sure I was staying on track, and just bringing light and joy into everybody's lives over at Mahar on the stage. But I think one of my greatest, fondest memories of Elwood, Audrey, is sharing the stage with her, not only as her director, but as performers together. And that was in Matilda last year. We had such an amazing time. But every time I looked into her eyes and stood next to her, it just brightened my life and made a huge impact on me, because I think when you're able to share the stage with not only a wonderful friend, but somebody you've directed, and that inspires you, that means a whole lot. And you inspire me, Audrey, as you do many other people. My goal for you, Audrey, is to only go up and onward, which I know you will. You are so smart, you're funny, you're inquisitive, you are talented, bright, strong, beautiful, and I am honored to know you, and I'm honored to be your friend. And I can't wait to be behind you on this journey we call life and see what the future years ahead bring to you. And I can't wait to be back on stage with you, Audrey. Thank you so much for inviting me to share in this wonderful day with you. I love you beyond the moon.
So, best of intentions, we had a surprise for the end and the finale of this, and now we're running behind, so our surprise is here early. So there is a beeping parade of the rest of our school community about to pull in through the driveway. They're going to circle through a couple of times, and then we'll continue on with the ceremony.
It's a nice little break. Break it up a little bit. Bring it on. I don't know why this one's
Yeah, I can't really see.
You will. All for you guys. Stand up. Stand So the next up in our program is the presentation of the Charles Hand Math Award. And what I know of the background of this award is that Charles Hand was a math teacher at Pioneer some years ago. And when he retired, he really wanted to set up or make an award for students in the various district schools who were graduating from their school and had achieved excellence in mathematics and also showed sort of a passion for mathematics. So, because that was something that needed to be recognized and awarded. So that's the background of the Charles Hand Award. This year, in addition to presenting a Charles Hand Award to a 6th grader, we will also be presenting one to a 5th grader because the kids are very well aware that this award exists, and some of the 5th graders have, had that in the back of their minds as they've worked so hard this year. And all of the students in this class have worked incredibly hard in math this year. And this was a difficult decision to make, to figure out who to, present a prestigious award to. But here we go. So school committee members tend to present the award since it is coming through the school committee. And our 2 school committee members, 2 of our 3 school committee members are here now. And the first I'd like to do is invite Jess Marshall up to present the 5th grade Charles Hand Award.
Hi everybody, I have the great honor of awarding the 5th grade Charles Hand Award. This award's going to a 5th grader. I have a deep understanding that there are a lot of really great mathematicians in our 5th grade this year, so I'm sure that was a really hard choice. I'm going to echo what was said about this 5th grader in her video, which was, this is a girl who is talented in every way and a tremendous friend, and I'm really honored to call her my friend. This award goes to Audrey Elwood.
So Audrey, not only do you have the tremendous effort that it takes to achieve the incredibly high marks that you do in fifth grade math, where am I? You work with such care and such precision, and you read directions carefully, and you may not get as many problems done as many other students around you do, but you are fully present, and fully committed to every single step of every problem. So, congratulations. Okay, so now I'm going to welcome up Sue O'Reilly McCrae to give the 6th grade award.
Hi everyone, this is super fun for me because I know this learner from long ago. So here I am in Warwick, and a way long time ago I met this learner and they impressed me from the start. Sometimes you have children, even at the young age of preschool, who are passionate and creative and participatory and leave a memory. You just know you're never going to forget them being in front of you. You're never going to forget them responding to your learning prompts. You're never going to forget them sharing their thoughts with you. So I've probably given away who this award is for by saying all that. This award goes to Sadie Wagonbeak. I just have to say one more thing. One of my lasting memories of Sadie is as a young preschooler, we were making an enormous mural. And if you know Sadie's family, you know a little bit about their mural experience. And preschoolers are often kind of like this, just kind of smearing it all over. And Sadie was so eager to participate, and she walked up to the mural like this. And I looked at her and I said, "Oh, you've painted before, haven't you?" But everything was kind of like that. So congratulations, Sadie.
Many of you may know that Sadie completed the 6th grade math curriculum last year when she was in 5th grade. And she committed herself this year to sort of taking a deep dive into the combination of art and math. And she worked on some string art with geometry and tessellations, and it was all really quite phenomenal. So congratulations, Sadie. Next up is a memory video that has been put together. Again, it's hard to see because of the sunshine, but just a reminder that the videos will be sent to all of the families. So if you have a difficult time seeing them tonight, you will be able to see them at another date. All right, Mike, go log in your computer.
May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young, and may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift, may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift, may your heart always be joyful, may your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May it take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh, well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh, well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
Okay, so now we're going to do the presentation of the certificates of completion. Is the mic on? Okay. And we are going to begin with the 5th grade, and we will be doing this in alphabetical order by last name, so it may not be in the order that you're sitting in. I would like, when we call a student's name, you can just stand up and come and get your certificate from Mrs. Mullen, and you can turn and smile to your family and then return to your seat. And also pick up cupcakes, because you guys can have a little cupcake party with your family afterwards.
Do you want to tell them who made the certificates?
The certificates, by the way, were made by Ms. Farrow. and she did an absolutely beautiful job. So please take the time to admire those as well, because they're phenomenal. Okay, so let's start. Audrey Elwood. Congratulations, Audrey. How do they say flageolet? Flageolet?
Yes.
Yes. Emmanuel Flageolet.
Congratulations, Emmanuel. I'm going to let this go. You're going to grab it, and then you can grab cupcakes.
Louise Flageolet. Layla Goulston.
Congratulations, Layla. And grab your cupcakes.
Max Kimball.
Congratulations, Max. And then grab your cupcakes.
Who made the cupcakes?
Mindy's mom. I don't know what her name is.
Cordelia Rhodes.
Why do you look sad about getting cupcakes? Congratulations.
Oh, wait, has my name on them?
No, these ones do.
Oh.
You don't have those ones.
Well, I want these ones.
Okay. I need the perfect cupcake.
Logan White.
Congratulations, Logan.
Wyatt Whitman.
Congratulations, Wyatt.
Congratulations. And Gavin Young. These cupcakes came from someone in the Elwood family. I'm not 100% sure, but they look delicious. Let's move on to the 6th graders who are graduating from 6th grade and moving on to middle school. Tyler Hatch. Congratulations, Tyler.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you.
And grab your cupcakes.
Jerlyn Solis.
Congratulations, Joanne.
Congratulations. And Sadie Wagenbeek.
Congratulations, Sadie.
Congratulations, Sadie. And now if all of the 5th and 6th grader graduates would stand and turn and face the audience and smile. You can leave your things on your seat, Wyatt, if you want. And you can applaud them too. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Your families will be reunited momentarily, and we're so happy to have had you here. Thank you.
How are we doing this session?
have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful, may your song always be sung, and may